like I said, we about 2 months into this whole thing. We hanging out, we kicking it. I'm spending that over her house. She's spending that over my house. Everything's moving very symbiotic. This is it for me. You know what I'm saying? I done told my mama about her. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my cousins, like, yo, when I come to town, I'm bringing old girl. They like, you bring in who? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was just shocked. You know what I'm saying? I'm posting memes on Facebook, like, hey, sometimes, you got to let all your old hoes go. I'm doing all kinds of funny stuff, right? Acting weird, me just moving weird, right? I'm over her crib. She goes to work. I hear a phone ring in the house. So I'm looking, thinking it's the house phone. I keep hearing it. This is probably going on for like a couple hours. Phone keep going off, but I don't know where the phone at. So I started searching. Now I'm doing a full investigation. She got this one room in her room that's like a room with a Jack and Jill bathroom to another room. She only lived in this house by herself, and there's like 4 or 5 bedrooms. So she just basically used all this stuff for storage. But the door on the other side of the bathroom was closed. That's where the sound was coming from the phone ringing. So I go to open it. It opens up, of course. And I go in there and I'm like, OMG. To this day, y'all, it's like I understand the why now, but I didn't understand the why then, because for me, it's just I personally don't feel like I'm that much of a big deal. But then it's like you never know how you come off to other people and how other people like resonate or gravitate to you. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't see this coming. Dude, when I tell y'all, like, this room looked at like a criminal investigation, and she had basically, it was a big whiteboard. It had my picture on it. It had like my friends on it. It had, places I go. Like, it was everything. Like, it was a complete dossier on Tom Swoop, like a complete breakdown of everything. And then on the table in the front, it was this thing, like this printout, and it was called the Forever Woman. So I pick it up and I'm flipping through it, and it's like this perfect everything to a guy. Like, you basically, it asks you all these questions, right? And then you answer the questions, and then you basically create all these, it has all these pre-made responses in it. If he says this, you respond with this. If he says that, you respond with it. It basically teach you how to be intuitive to a man. And the thing is, I ended up finding it online like later. I put it in the description because it's crazy. Like, I put it down in the description, so because y'all, I can't make this up. Like, it's crazy. Like, check it out. It's right down in the description. So I'm looking through it, and like, she got all of my stuff down, like steak medium. He likes his steak medium with onions and mushrooms. Like, everything, every detail you would want for a person, she had it, and it was broke down. And so she was basically, all this time when I'm thinking like she know me so well, it's this book or manual that she done. It's just weird, right? So of course, when she comes home, I'm like, hey, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? And so I grab her by the hand. I take her upstairs. As soon as we went towards the bathroom, as soon as we went towards the bathroom, she knew where I was going with it. She was just like, hold up. I can explain. She goes into this long spiel about all her past relationships, and, the guys were treated her this way. They damaged her. She's traumatized. She's this. And she heard about me through one of her friends, and she didn't want to go the traditional route of her friend hooking us up on a blind date or something like that. So she had heard about this thing called the Forever Woman, and she wanted to, see if it worked. After she read like the first couple pages, she was just like, I'm gonna try it. She was just like, there's nothing devious about this. This is just me doing my research and trying to be the best woman I can be for you. I had to pause for a minute because I had to step back. I was like, man, it's been so good, but this is real weird. Like, this is real weird. But I was so into her, like, physically, spiritually, sexually. Like, I was just that much into her that, y'all know how I do. Tommy will see a red flag and he'll just keep going forward. We had this whole talk. We sat down and I told her, like, look, you got to stop using this thing. Stop using this manual. Like, start to know me for real. Like, start to ask me questions because you want to know the answers, not just because you're trying to fill this book out so you can basically manipulate me anymore. And so she was like, okay, I'll try to do that. That. We decided to keep moving forward in the relationship. About 2 weeks later, she started getting a little dry. You know what I'm saying? Start getting a little dry, start getting a little like MIA. Like, I usually knew where she was at, what she was doing, who she was up. She started getting moving weird. I hit her up and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, hey, I'm gonna come over tonight. We need to talk. And so she comes over to the crib and we talking or whatnot. And she just basically tells me like, hey, you know, ever since I stopped, you know, using the book or the manual with you, it's just I'm starting to develop, you know, these other feelings and thoughts and processes. And I'm like, what, huh? And she's just like, you know, it's not really working for me. And I'm like, okay, you know, what is this? Is it something we can work on? Now you know, I'm invested at this point. And she's like, nah, it's like she basically told me without using the manual or not using the book, it took the drive out of her getting to know me. And it replaced it with I was too much work. And I was just like, you know, too much work? What do you mean? And she's just like, look, I'm used to guys who need me for a lot of things, whether they need me financially, whether they need me to handle business for them, whether they need me to cook for them or care for them. Like, you so taken care of, you know, that it's kind of difficult to find my place as a woman with you. If I'm not, you know, using the manual to stay ahead of you, matching your speed is too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I haven't suggested or did anything in the last 2 weeks because I really don't know what to do without the manual. And it's like, it's just exposed the fact that I like a man who's needy. I like a man who needs me. Now, I ain't want to get all sympathetic because once somebody started telling me, you know, stuff, I start to, you know, back up like, cut it then. You know what I'm saying? And then she said the absolute cardinal sin that you could ever say to me at any given time. She was just like, and you too good of a dad. Like, you way too good of a dad. I've heard you talk to your kids on the phone and how you empowering them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you way too good of a dad. I'd never be able to supersede that position in your life. And I'm just like, I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but I'm one of them parents that understand kids grow up and have their own families. And they're going to be doing their own thing shortly. Like, my youngest kid will be 18 next year. So it's like they all grown. I'm trying to fight for the relationship because this something I ain't had, period. So, but then at the same time, it's like she done brought my kids in and I'm too good I'm like, hey, you know, my ego started taking over and I was just like, hey, you know what? You got to do what's best for you. I let it go. Let the situation go. And like, here I am telling y'all this story. And I'm telling y'all, this may not be the funniest. This may not be the craziest, but this is the most transparent I'm going to be with y'all probably because this situation still resonates with me today because I've heard women say that about men before. Like, you know, I'm used to a man who needs me. And I personally feel like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of like you almost want a child, not a man. You know what I'm saying? Because a man shouldn't need you financially like that. He shouldn't depend on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to borrow your car. I got 3. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the keys to your crib to live at your house. I got my own house. You know what I'm saying? I just think we should be moving more symbiotic like we were. But hey, that's just another one of my wild and crazy stories. This your boy Tom Swoop. I'll see you in the next one.